bridges.
All right, it is 9:30 a.m. on the 19th day of December 2023. We'll bring special session Somervell County Commissioners Court to order. Let the record show Jeff Harris, Richard Talavera, Danny Chambers, Tammy Ray, and Wade Bush are all present. Item number 1, discuss take action on Somervell County asset audit. Richard, I know you and Jeff had mentioned maybe that we talked to Nikki about doing a complete audit of the county, and I didn't really know how we wanted to go about that, so I thought maybe we'd just get y'all in front of each other, then we'd discuss it.
Well, I think 5,000 and up is, I mean, we need to find out what's down there, and we need to, I mean, I'm good with stuff that's maybe 500 and above to be tagged, and us have a record of what's all down there.
What was your thought, Nikki or Mark? I see you back there too. What's y'all's thought process in the asset audit?
Well, I mean, normally as a county, we don't do that, but I mean, it's certainly something we could do.
And we gotta be able to keep up with what's going out and what's, you know, what we're ordering and what.
You know, as far as the little stuff, most of that little stuff probably should just be locked and signed in and out as it's used instead of putting asset tags on it. It's my opinion, but now we'll do whatever the court would like.
What do you think, Jim?
So 500 and up could include computers, anything like that too, right?
Yeah, we put tags on computers and stuff like that.
That's what I was gonna ask, what do we tag now, Nikki? I don't know what is it that we do tag now?
Most of the time we're tagging computers and
Furniture and stuff like that.
it would only be the little stuff you're buying for your kitchen and stuff like that, but I mean, we can do whatever the court.
You know, is it feasible to tag pots and pans, so to speak, you know?
Can't really.
Right.
I know you're talking about a value on it too, I
Yeah.
don't mean
Yeah.
that was an extreme example, I didn't mean that, but,
As far as pots and pans, we could do an inventory list on that without tagging it
true that, yeah.
and have that checked off.
That's what I'm wondering, if we can do an inventory list, more or less to know what we have, rather than necessarily needing to tag it, you know. Just getting a handle on what equipment we have at different places. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not so concerned about it being tagged and logged with y'all as much as I am that supervisor of that department keeping an inventory list, just so we know what's lost.
Right.
Broken, you know, walks off, whatever the
Right.
case may be, you know.
Yeah.
So we're definitely talking about the expo, and then that would include the golf course also, right?
I would think
Rooster?
so, yes, sir.
Yes.
So then
I would
how
think
far,
so.
are you thinking about enterprise funds only, or are you thinking about like road and bridge? What do you think?
I mean, I don't know why we don't do it
Countywide.
countywide.
Well, I mean, we've always done the big stuff.
Mhm.
We've never done really the little.
And it goes back to, does a ranch need to be, at the shop, need to have a tag? No, not necessarily, but it's good if the supervisor knows, if Brady knows what's in his shop, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't have the manpower to do that.
No.
Each department,
It'd be up to the department, I would think, to take care of that, and even then, it's a time-consuming deal. It's
and I
not
mean,
gonna be
certainly,
a,
Casey and I could help with whatever or make suggestions, but I mean, I don't have the manpower. to do
no,
that.
absolutely not.
But we could certainly help, and if they wanted us to keep a copy of it, we could keep a copy of it.
Bring the inventory back to you, have a copy of there. Somebody, I think Mark's got something to say.
I just want to sit there and say, I think, Nikki and her staff, they've been doing a good job, especially as we're getting caught up on our audits. And I would say that we're really ready to do that, at doing that. We've got a real good list now, and slowly working towards doing exactly what you're saying. What I've kind of heard is, and I think I think y'all's policy is $1,000, or is it 500, Nikki? That anything above, I thought it was 1,000. What I saw, how much?
Oh, it's 5,000.
5,000. So that y'all know it's 5,000, not 500 or 1,000. So everything below 5,000, I would sit here and tell you a laptop computer, okay? Well, we know you got 100 laptop computers throughout the county, okay? But, so we have kind of a different little system for that, but at the end of the day, that's kind of labor intensive. But I'll just tell you that they've been doing a real good job of
Absolutely.
getting there, especially because of the audit. The auditor's really been trying to push them in that direction as part of, so that you know, as part of just getting our cash square, it's been also getting these assets square. And y'all are making progress. I'm just gonna sit there and say that they are doing what you're asking to do, and I'm gonna sit there and just commend the staff for heading in that direction. But the key piece that I heard was, it's $5,000, not $500. So if you're thinking about counting pots and pans, I'll sit deep fry. I mean, that thing, there was I don't know, maybe a little freezer or something. It was $1,000 or something. Well, we're still tagging it though, I think. Aren't you, Casey? You're still tagging it. So we still tagged it, and we're putting it on a list, but we don't put it on, I'll call it, I call it maybe the big list, asset list. So we're running two different systems, and it is, I know, it hasn't been done in several years, I don't believe, and they are working to do that. They already did that at the expo as a result of some of the things that are going on. But what I'm telling you is that the staff's doing a good job of doing just that very thing that you're asking. And I just want to commend them for that and let you know what's happening. But be aware that it's 5,000.
Well, and for us to ask Nikki's office to do it's too much. That's
Nikki's office has never done it in the past.
Right,
No,
right.
they're just
No,
get-
that
they get
was
the
never
list
my
and-
thinking in the first place. My thinking was just to get a good idea of what we have equipment wise.
Well,
You
the
know,
departments
and
themselves
each
could do
department
an
can take care
inventory
of
list
that.
of what they have that's below
Absolutely.
5,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think, Ann? You had something there that looked like you want to say, right?
I do. I know that when all those tables and chairs were ordered new, were out at the golf course, because I was there when we unpackaged them.
We tagged them all.
Every one of those tables and chairs is tagged at the golf course and put into
Inventory.
an inventory. I know that for a fact because I was there and it was done.
All right. So how do y'all want to word this? Y'all want to, or do y'all want to make a
We
motion?
can
Y'all
put
tell me.
out, we can come up with like a letter to all the department heads asking them to do an audit of all of their,
Yeah, I think
even
that's
small
correct.
items.
I think that's correct.
Inventory of what they have.
It's gonna take a little time. It's
Yeah,
not,
it's not
it's
gonna
not a
be
next week
overnight.
deal by any means. But
Can you come up with a list of things that they're supposed to have?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, yeah, I've got a folder full of things that Eric's really good about. Every time he purchases something, he comes in and gets a tag. Even if he doesn't put the tag on it, it's still got a number that's,
that's associated with it,
Yeah.
yeah.
and I have it on a form, so I have, I stack
Mm-hmm.
things.
So do you want something from us? Do you want a value, or do you want to just move forward and out of your office like you so desire to see?
Well, I mean, if y'all wanna put a value on, set a value, we can. It's up to
That's
the
up.
board.
That's up to y'all.
Would it be easier, like if you're saying you guys wanna start doing, say, drop it from 5,000 to 500, that you do it starting now with anything new coming in, valued at 500 or more, then it gets a sticker, and then maybe the stuff that's already out there, kind of the department heads get lists, so everybody knows, and then if you need to go back and something's expensive, tag it if it's not already
Yeah,
tagged.
that's a good idea.
I'm just thinking it might be easier for getting stuff in to go ahead and tag it now versus retroactively trying to go back and tag everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. That's a good idea.
And then we can take it.
Would that be easier?
I would also like to add, I mean, just because, I understand everything that's been said, but somebody needs to probably check on that annually.
Well, we normally do. That normally has been done. Now, the last couple of years, it has not, I will tell you, it has not been done. just because we've been trying to play catch up.
Right.
But normally that, in the past, that was pretty well done. Now, not for the little stuff, but
And we're now back where we can do that.
we're getting close.
We're getting close. We're bringing 2022 to an end, aren't we? We're almost there,
We're getting there.
and then we'll start on 2023. 19, 20, and 21 have been done.
So we're real close
We're
to
close.
starting to be able to do that again. And we have a bunch of stuff out there that needs to go to auction, but we just have not had the time to go up there and declare it surplus and put it out
Yeah.
for auction.
And then hope it brings anything. We know how that goes too.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not
Like I
worth it.
said, our best bet is probably gonna
That's
be,
what we have to do, that's how we do it, but sometimes it's,
we'll probably have to just do pallets and
yeah, right,
And say-
exactly.
take this whole pallet.
Make an offer, yeah.
Because there's a bunch of just junk.
Yes, there is. Well, by the time, generally speaking, by the time a county, a municipality, or a school's through with it, it's worn out.
Right.
Yeah, generally speaking.
Well, would you like to figure out a way to work that into a motion, or do you want to, how do you want to move forward with that?
I would like for, the department heads to keep a list and just, I mean, I would like everything tagged, make a motion that everything's tagged. That's, I mean, that's even negotiable. I say 500 and up, but, I mean, I'm willing to.
So right now, we'd like to have an audit at yearly of, right now, you're saying 500 and up and everything tagged in that situation. Any arguments down here?
Well, I think $500, I think $1,000 should be a good starting spot.
1,000 will work for me.
Because there's a lot of items that are used up, then what do? You just store these used up items and wait for inventory to take them off, or do you dispose of them, or what do you do? And that's gonna be the answer, and that's gonna be the question coming down the road.
Yeah.
Judge, can I suggest maybe you write a policy so you're not debating what the policy is?
Yeah.
That you have something written that you can reference easily?
Come off here and then whatever they decide to do, then put that into a policy so
Well, we
everybody can read.
We can change our policy, I mean, we have a policy.
There you go.
Now, but the policy can always be brought to court and changed.
Be updated after today's. So,
But as far as the motion goes too, anything under that amount that we decide on, the supervisors or managers of that department will keep a list of anything smaller that they've inventoried to turn in and
Anything's purchased.
to keep on hand, without it being tagged.
Even though they're not tagged, once they get them tagged.
Probably so, yeah.
And maybe have, once the department heads make those lists, give a copy to Nikki so that she can keep. them in
Yes,
her office.
absolutely, yeah.
would you like to incorporate in that your motion somehow?
Yes.
Do you want a yearly audit on
Yearly.
anything under $1,000? All departments keep track of their inventory and turn it in to Casey at the auditor's office.
Yes. I'll make
Is
that
that,
motion.
is that pretty much what you,
Yes, sir.
Michelle, you good with us?
Is there a question though?
But it does right.
Tammy, you said any items under,
The amount that we decide on, which I guess would be 1,000, that the supervisors of the departments would inventory anything under that amount and keep a list also to turn into the auditor's office.
okay, thank you.
Change the policy.
Go ahead, Kelly.
And we
Can
need
we
to
also make sure that does not include consumables?
Yes,
Yeah,
I was fixing to say that exact same thing. Yes.
basically equipment, right?
Yeah, consumables are a part of this, they can't be.
No,
Yeah.
basically equipment. And then change policy.
And update the policy to reflect. Can we get that in there also, Michelle? To update the policy to reflect what they voted on here today?
Yeah, we can bring it back to court.
Once you get the policy updated. All right, so I have a motion by Richard. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Tammy. Any further questions, comments, or issues? Concerns? All in favor said motion. That's 5 for, 0 against.